And welcome back to Talking About Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay, Kenya Cox, and Alan Poe. Back once again with the latest and greatest. As you can see, we're missing one member of the group, but hey, my boy's got something going on really big right now, so we'll give him a pass and let him handle his business. Before we get started, T, Kenya, how was your weekend? Everything good?
Yep, the weekend was wonderful. I didn't do anything exciting. Relaxing, that's enough. As an adult our age, just relaxing is plenty.
Yeah,
If you're a bum staying in the bed or just staying in the house, that sometimes is the highlight. So there's
hell
no
yeah,
how.
you got to now.
You gotta recharge and reset.
That's all my daughter loves to do. Come home from school and relax. Like that's one of her favorite hobbies.
Cool.
My daughter,
Yeah, how old is she?
12.
Oh, she's a young old lady. What you doing, Johnny? Come in the house
I
and
know
relax.
she
12.
12 going on 40. Yeah, like, what you talking about coming home relaxing? Yeah,
So
already.
So growing up, me and Jelly gave her the nickname Pearl because she's like an old lady. So
Yeah.
we always call her Pearl. So although she should be out there, in track or whatnot. So this is the funny part. So last week she has PE. What's crazy is they only have PE or actually have to do a physical activity like once or twice a week. It's not like every
Mhm.
day when we had to do PE, right? So she's like, yeah, we had to run laps. She's like, yeah, I did 6 laps in 20 minutes. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I did 6 laps in
Mhm.
20 minutes. So that's a mile and a half in 20 minutes at 12 years old. I'm like, and I've been telling her, you should play sports, run track. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to relax. All right, cuz. Go ahead.
That,
All
that's
right, man.
is that a good time or a bad?
That's good.
That's pretty good for a 12-year-old.
That's what we were doing. I thought it was, oh yeah, 4 laps was,
A,
A mile.
a mile, and then two more. That's a mile and a half.
no, I mean, was 4 laps 10 minutes or was it 4 laps 20? How much time do they give us?
Oh, like King,
I
Yeah.
forgot.
they gave us 8 minutes to do that shit.
Yeah.
For four?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They were trying to kill us.
And the nigga said, hey, because you remember like the first day of PE when it was the A run, you're like, oh, this is it? He's like, yeah, okay, just the A run. That's all we gotta do. And then it started building up, and then it has a Z run. Niggas like,
You
this
know
is
what?
Yeah.
Just
bullshit.
thinking about that, we were still at school because it was school hours, running around the grass area, down the ramp, off the freaking campus on Yosemite and Broadway, but we're still in school. We could have gotten killed. We could have gotten hit by a car. Anything could happen to us. That is the craziest thing ever. Letting us just run free past the fire department. We used to see family members. People used to stop, bring us food and drinks. How was that even okay? Like
I
letting us leave the campus, but not leave the campus.
Oh yeah, when you did the King run,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember homeboy Jimmy was like, yeah, we used to go to my house and play video games and then like for like 20 minutes and then like catch up with like the last person and then
Who
finish the
made
race.
that up? Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have them run around the whole school. Why? Why are you doing
Oh
this to us?
Had to be Coleman. But that's when I mean,
yeah. You think
but
about it, man. It was literally a mini marathon.
nigga, the King runner get it what 23 minutes? If you don't make it, yeah, if you don't make it in 23 minutes, you don't pass.
Yeah, you don't pass.
Was it twice around or once?
The
It
King run
was
was twice.
the King Run was twice. You had to go up that hill. Remember around that statue, around down
Yeah, where
What?
that
out
park
the
is. Yeah,
yeah.
yep.
Then
That
go
park is.
out the come down, go out that fence, and then go out on the sidewalk to the school. Go around the school, all the way around the
And then
school.
go back up and then do it was like
Yeah,
the X and the Z run combined or some shit like that.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And and then that's when niggas had when they found that hole, niggas niggas will
We
hop in the
needed a
Yeah.
hole.
cheat code. We had to have a cheat code back then.
Uh, I not really, cause I ran that shit every time, man. I didn't know nothing about no cheat codes and shit. I was just mad because I had to do that shit.
Because
Yep.
it was stupid.
Well, that and then I used to get mad at everyone cheating. It's like, come on, man. Like,
I never seen we well, I don't know. I never seen people actually cheat because we was all trying to compete and whoever got the fastest time and shit because that's just how we was. But yeah, I
The
didn't
ones
know
that
niggas was going home and coming back.
Yep.
I was like, come on, cuz like I'm
I can't even
shit.
go home, cuz. Like,
They were getting
Yeah, I
rides
can't
from
run
the
to my house,
ramp.
nigga. If I run to my house, nigga, I'm gone for about an hour and a half. Cause like they gonna be like, yeah, you
but
just
that was,
take
I mean, that was our pride though. Like, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to
yeah,
be athletes. The ones that used to kill me were the soccer players, dude. They were always first.
yeah,
It's like, fuck.
little Hispanic dudes, cuz like be like, yeah,
So before we get started, as you guys can see, I have on some drip. So yes, I am the fantasy football champion of my league. Two girls, one cup. Uh, so yeah, as you can see, there's rings, there's chains, good old belt, and then of course the gazelles. You feel me?
Yeah.
In case anyone's wondering um, about the drip, but let's get to another drip or lack thereof. Uh, Last Thursday, after we had recorded, Vince McMahon came up in the news. And for those who don't know Vince McMahon, he used to be the owner and CEO of the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment Channel. You guys know.
recent used to be.
So he stepped down from that. So
Yeah.
he was also chairman of TKO Entertainment, which also runs WWE. So apparently
Mhm.
there was an issue with a female. So
Wait, was it just one or wait, I heard it was numerous or there's more to come.
well, this is one. So basically, WWE founder Vince McMahon resigns from TKO Group after being accused of sexual assault and trafficking in new lawsuit.
Oh,
So
trafficking. Okay, good.
Vince McMahon, executive chairman of the board of TKO Group Holdings and founder of wrestling giant WWE, has resigned his position at both companies, according to a WWE memo. And I quote, Vince McMahon has tenured his resignation from his positions as TKO executive chairman and on TKO board of directors. He would no longer have a role with TKO Group Holdings or WWE, says Nick Khan, president of WWE.
Mm.
So the female who's having these allegations, her name is Janelle Grant, who alleges that McMahon directed her to have sex with a WWE superstar and other men. Grant's suit seeks to void a non-disclosure agreement Grant said she reached with McMahon in 2022. So basically, they had an NDA court case and they agreed on a payment of $3 million, but Vince McMahon only paid $1 million and refused to pay the rest, which is why this story's coming out.
So I don't know anything about it just from what you said, but the thing that stuck out to me just now was she's not listed as Jane Doe. Why? Why is her name out there like that?
I think her name's out there like that because by him not paying, it kind of null and voids the NDA.
Oh, okay, yeah, but then there's another a Puff Daddy chick that came out after Cassie, and we don't know her name. And when the blogs would post her, her picture was blurred out.
That's because she was 17 at the time.
Mm,
Oh,
gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
wow.
It's just, I don't know.
Well,
For me,
Man,
it just seems. So, what do you guys think about this whole thing? I mean, I know WWE is not really our fan base, although I do watch Raw on Monday nights after football because nothing else on TV, right? So, but how do you guys feel about? It seems like everyone who was in position of power, it's like all their skeletons are coming out now.
what's done in the dark shall come to the light.
it's just it's like part of me doesn't want somebody we know, Seaside, or even just Monterey County, to get accused or anything like that. But it's not far fetched. These people are coming from everywhere. And then there was a deadline somewhere that people were trying to hurry up and meet, so everybody was filing all at one time. It's just people were reckless, doing stuff they had no business doing.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, if you want to break it down, he thought that he was bigger than the situation. He's like, yeah, I could pay a meal and then skedaddle. No, nigga, you owe me 2 million more. So guess what? Now it's coming out.
How long ago was this? 2016?
2022 or the original. The original was back in, yeah, it says 2022.
So she won the lawsuit back then. He was supposed to pay how many million?
3 mil.
And he paid
He paid,
One.
one and said, "Oh well, that's it. Bye. Don't ask me nothing else."
but see, now there are some people who will, seek 3 mil. Once they get that mill, it's like, fucking nigga. I mean, I'm cool. But she wants all her money. She wants her monies.
Her coins, as they say now. She's entitled to it if she wants a court order. You might want to stop playing and give it to her with the hurry upness before they slap something else on there.
It's too late now. That what was done in the dark is now in the light.
But then
So
that, but that's kind of like that whole power thing, right?
yeah, yeah,
When you feel you have power, you feel like you're above the law.
Yep.
not
And you
just
just do whatever, right? Or
not
buy
just power.
information.
It's when you have money. Like a lot of people don't have power, but people got money. And when you got money, it does make you think you're above the law. It makes you think you can buy your way out of shit. It makes you think, I can commit these crimes and I'll just get a lawyer and he'll get me out of it and stuff like that. But I think in Vince McMahon's case, just because we don't know the real Vince McMahon. We know the character Vince McMahon
Right.
and what he played when he was, doing WWF and all that stuff. And I mean, from the character, we wouldn't put it past him. So, like the real dude, I don't know. Maybe he's not playing the character. Maybe that's his real self, and he thought that he can get away. Like maybe that's really how he is. It didn't carry over from him being a character because he's really an asshole,
Mm-hmm.
and he chose to do this to this woman. But well, like McCrae said something out from that video, is um, what are you like? You have to be willing to do something for them to keep coming at you and asking you to do it, right? So
So,
it makes me think. Just hold on. Let me. This makes me think though. It was just like okay, and I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just saying playing devil's advocate here, because there's lots. I don't really know the story, but maybe this is why Vince McMahon didn't want to pay her. It could be extortion. Um, it could be like, say, she was willing to do it at first, and then he kept coming to her and asking, like, hey, I got this other dude, what I'm saying,
mhm.
come and hook my man up too. And she was like, you know what, man, I did it once, man, I ain't doing it no more. Or I did it 5 times, I ain't doing no more, whatever.
You in the
But we
game now?
don't, yeah, we don't know the story. So that's why I'm just thinking like he was thinking like, why wouldn't Vince McMahon, who makes all this money doing WWE and all this stuff, not want to pay 3 million for this woman to be quiet?
So, last week on Saturday, of course, I listened to the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah.
So he was reading over the text messages. So from the text messages, it sounds like they had an arrangement, an agreement. So they were both in on doing this, right?
Wait, doing what? Giving the money or getting people?
For her to satisfy people.
See, and I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I mean, who knows? Like you said, what's in the dark will come to the light, and I'm sure we'll learn more about this. But it seemed to me, from what they were saying, sound like she was down for it, and things went sideways, and now the story's out.
See, and I didn't even know that. I was just speculating.
But the fact of the matter is, once it's a court order, you can't duck that. You can't hide
True.
from that. You can't say, "Girl, fuck you. I'm not paying you." You cannot do that.
Mhm.
True.
You can't. And the statute of limitations for that, if that's what it's called, I think that's what it's called. or when you win your judgment, you have X amount of time. I want to say 10 years to collect. And after that, I don't know what happens because I sued someone and they tried to duck me, and I had to do what I had to do to enforce it. The game got sued by that girl, and she comes up every like once or twice a year. So this last time they gave her his royalties money. Well, the court order says royalties money, and he tried to take some houses out of his name and put it in somebody's name, and the court figured it out and told her she can have that too. He has the money. He should have paid that girl years ago. She's been fighting him to get her money for probably pre-pandemic, maybe 2020-ish, 19 or something like that. Pay the girl so she can stop taking everything that you have. He's just ducking her, taking stuff out of his name, saying he doesn't make X amount of dollars. You can't duck that. Pay them people. If you lost, you lost. Pay it and show up.
And then the sex trafficking part comes in because I guess they were moving from state to state, which if you think about it, let's say if she was on WWE's payroll, right? They travel from city to city.
Yeah. WWE is not one stationary place. They do it in multiple cities.
Right. So is that considered sex trafficking because they're going from state to state if they're doing this in every city?
She
Yes,
sued him or the company
She well,
both.
she sued him because he's no longer an owner of WWE.
because of that, or he stepped down first, or which way did it go?
He,
No,
he
I
stepped
thought
down
she.
first, I think.
No, I thought he just stepped down though, like a few days ago.
And
Well,
then the order was from when he was still active in his position, right?
Yeah,
but
it had to be.
right. But he was chairman of TKO, and TKO owns WWE. So technically, he's not. He has no affiliation with WWE anymore.
Right. That was the move that he should have made. But when that, what's her name? Cassie sued Puff Daddy
She
outside looking
sued
in, we
all
thought
the
it was him.
companies.
She went for the company. That's why she went for the insurance. She had to stop not attorneys. Somebody knew what they were doing. That whoever you talking about, this girl now, should have did that too. If she was really after, if she really wanted all the money she can get. You know, suing a person is different from suing the company. That's why that Cassie girl got all that money because it was the insurance. I don't know if it was a liability or whatever it was, but he was still a part of the companies. He hadn't
Right.
stepped down then when she filed hers.
True. I
And
haven't.
that was also Puffy was also putting a lot of that shit on the company for like, them, excuse me,
Yeah.
them hotel stays and all that stuff.
Mm,
That wasn't just Puffy paying it out of his pocket. That was going under Bad Boy Entertainment, their
See?
yeah,
payroll and shit.
business to me, what I'm saying, like a tax write off. But
Yep.
now my question is, who's going to be the first man to step out and be like, "Hey, such and such did me wrong"? Because all right, I'm not going to put this on her.
Who?
So Stedman, right? He's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
Oprah?
Yeah. So Stedman ain't he really has he had his little moment, right? But he's always been like in the background. So how many of these powerful women are doing the exact same thing? But if a man were to come out, it's kind of like saying you kidded with a girl and like things, you didn't want to take it that far, but yet she raped you, right? Or you just went or you went through with it because you're just having sex, right? But then you're like, damn, I didn't really want to do that, so that's rape. But who's going to believe a man saying like, "Oh, I got taken advantage of"?
Wait, you lost me at Stedman. What happened? Why'd you say that? Why'd you say him?
Well, I was speaking about who's going to be the first male to come out and say something about a powerful female figure.
Oh, um, no, you're right. It's a guy, but he's accusing a guy. I don't know if it's Tyler Perry or who it is, but there is some young guy right
Wait,
now.
wait,
But he's saying it's a guy, so that doesn't answer your question.
I got one.
Uh-oh.
Mary J. Blige.
Talking
She's
about
been accused of.
she wants to be happy, beating up niggas, beating up her husband and shit. That's some bullshit.
No, 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 no. This is different. Mary J. Blige has been accused of grooming 15-year-old boys and having sex with them a while ago, and then yeah. So the dude also came out and said, that he did an interview with them, and he's like, yeah, Mary J used to get me when I was 15, 16. He used to take me up, fly me to New York, do this, yada, 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 bang, 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 and stuff like that. But he's not accusing her of, he's not saying, like, oh, yeah, she took advantage of me or anything like that. He's like, yeah, I was with Mary J. Blige at 15. Like,
How old was she?
probably about 30 something.
What's crazy is, and I'm sure you guys can kind of see it this way too. So males and females were raised totally different, right?
Yeah, see, this is what, okay.
So
Go ahead, and then I want to add to that.
so I was gonna say, so as a young male, if you were to bag an older female, you're like, yeah, I'm the man. That what? Yeah, I bagged me a 30-year-old. Like, hey, how'd you do that? I just talked to her, you know what I'm saying? One thing led to another. Like, oh, you the man, you the man. But then if you reverse that and a female is being taken advantage of by an older male, it's like, oh, that's wrong. That's rape. We should call the police on this dude and get him out of here.
But, okay, what are you saying?
So is that right? As far as like what I'm saying is we're raised two different ways, right? To where as
Right.
us having sex with an older female, it's championed. But if it had, or if a female wants to be with an older dude, it's looked down upon, and then the guy's blamed for rape and all that shit.
Yes, that's our society.
So then females get to go scot free, and men have to go to jail for shit.
Yeah.
And then it's something with the parents that overlook it too, because rest in peace, he was a year, 2, 3-ish, I forgot. I think a year under me. He had his only child with someone that was, she's older than y'all. I don't know how much older, but she's older than y'all because she has grown kids. Her kids are, my daughter's turning 25. Her kids are probably about to be 30.
Wow.
He had a kid with her before he died in 97.
Now that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, when he died, he was in middle school.
Yeah.
In high school. I was in, he was ninth, 10th, ninth-ish grade, I think. Yeah, but he had a kid with somebody that was a high school graduate.
I can recall. I mean, there are situations, man, like when you're a kid, right? So when I was younger, yeah, there was a family friend, female, and she was like, "Hey, you ever seen breasts before?" I'm like, "Nah." So
Uh-oh.
so she showed me you know what I'm saying? Show me your
Right.
breast. I was like, "Oh shit."
How old were you?
I had to be like maybe 8 or 9,
How old was she?
probably 15, 16, right? And
See, I'm sitting there. See, the
and
thing
and,
is,
and it was like, "Hey, you want this?" And I was like,
What?
"Whatever." Yeah, man, like, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, yeah, I'm
see, the
younger and
thing,
taken advantage of, but in my head, it's like, "Oh shit, she's older." Like,
that's what
It was
we're,
a champion thing, like you said.
right,
it's a glorified when you're a man and it's frowned upon when you're a woman.
Because
It's
flip
just,
flip the genders. If that was me, I was fast doing that. Because what was I doing that at that age? If that was me,
right.
right.
it was like, okay, 8-year-old you. What the hell? So do you consider yourself statutory raped? Is that what it is? No. What is that? Sexually assaulted?
I mean,
Um,
if I was with it, I mean, but if I was with it, if I was like, all right, whatever, but not knowing any better, you know what I mean? But I was like, all
Right.
right, cool,
Technically, in today's terms, it would be she exposed herself to you.
right.
Exposed. Did you touch her? You don't have to answer that. Your eyes is like, I don't want to answer that.
Well, yeah, I
Um,
mean, I was sucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was sucking on him. Like, I mean, what you want me to do, man? It's like my first time seeing, like, all right, let me just, check this out real quick. Like,
I've been seeing more and more like teachers doing that to students. Remember that movie? Y'all probably don't remember. I used to
Oh
watch
no,
yeah, that's
no,
bad.
the teachers were
it's
having kids with students. Remember that Mary Kay Letourneau lady? Remember she had
Mhm.
some kids with that Simone guy, and they got married and they had more kids.
Yep.
yep.
Student,
That- but is that true love?
It's not true
that is
love.
sick in the head.
It's it is sick in the head because like you're as a teacher when you're
Right.
25 years older than the person that you're trying to guide through life and help them become a man or a woman, and then you're you're it's just the basic. This is why the term grooming has came to the
Yes.
forefront now, is because like at first we didn't see it as it is,
That.
but it is what it is. And then I keep thinking about this too. I want to share, you guys might think about this now when because I never thought about this, because we were just younger. So there's a few songs we were listening to when we were younger.
That we have business listening to, probably.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you guys heard this one. It was by E40 and Be Legit and the Click. And it started off, it goes, she was 16, only 16. She was 16 years old. And then, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to say the rest because I don't know if their flag is for it.
Yeah.
But, and then I started thinking, like, damn, like, hold on, Kev, like, y'all niggas was probably 22, 23, making this music. And then so I'm just thinking, I was just like, and so I started listening for other songs. And there's other songs that was like, oh yeah, 16, 16, 16, 16. And I watched, then I started thinking in my head, like, nigga, oh shit, I was watching Belly, and this nigga DMX
Mm-hmm.
was messing with a 16-year-old, and I'm just like, nigga, did we miss something? Like, did we really miss something here? Like,
When you really dig into the lyrics and just really play it back, like, wait, what?
like now, at 45,
Right.
whatever, I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm like, this nigga damn near statutory raping bitches out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it like? What were we doing? Okay, it's like, it's so prevalent now that it makes you think about stuff like this. Back when we were younger than 16 though, so we just like, oh, like that nigga talking about a girl who's older than this, so
So
like
what about the record companies?
that's what I
Go
think
fuck.
is they don't
I don't
give a
care.
damn. And that was the thing, it
Who's
was
responsible? Them too? Because y'all
yeah,
on wax, whatever y'all call it, right? Ain't that what you call it? Yeah.
I
I
would
think
say
it's everybody.
They're
yeah,
not
but
even y'all produce this and you put it out.
mhm.
So
Yeah. I think the rappers and the record label should be responsible for shit like that. That's like
But
you know,
you put that on the artist too, because like maybe the artist doesn't
yes.
agree with the music they're making, but they know that it sells and they get paid off of it.
Nah, man, nah, we don't give passes like that in the real world, man. Like, and
What
this is
about
no. Let's go. Just real quick. I want to take it to this real quick, just so we can say this. It's just like Young Thug and his trial, going through his trial right now. Everybody's so pissed off that they're using lyrics. They're using lyrics, and we talked about this before. They're using lyrics. The reason they're using lyrics is because the lyrics that they're using are pertaining to actual events that happened at the actual times of these crimes that were committed. So it's just like the same thing with, in that sense, like they're committing these crimes and then they're rapping about them. Like, you're talking about, oh, she's 16, she was only
well, not
16.
necessarily. The young thug thing, yeah, but just saying she's 16 and she was doing whatever she was doing and giving me whatever she was giving me. We don't know that that was a crime. We've been
We
talking
didn't,
about it. Yeah, it sounds like it's a crime as far as we're concerned, but we don't know that it happened. Like the young thug thing, that stuff actually happened. Him talking about somebody being
right,
16 and him being older is out of pocket.
right. So I'm just saying, like, okay, maybe I should say like this: the record labels aren't coming up with the lyrics themselves. Like it's the rappers
Right.
writing these. The rappers go into the studio, they listen to a beat, and then they write verses to it, right?
Yeah.
So like Al, you've done this before.
What did you say,
Like
nigga?
so what I'm saying is yeah, the record label okayed it. Like, oh shit, like you have your statutory raping girls out here. Yeah, okay, we'll put it out. That's fine. They did put it out, but it's also on the rappers, like saying, like, bro, like you could have changed up the lyrics to that song and still made it work. Like you could have said she was 18, only 18, and still made it work.
Right. Uh, Before we continue, please explain what have I done before? I'm just trying to. I just want to clarify this.
What?
You said,
Oh,
Al, you've done it before. We were
yeah,
both like,
Oh,
yeah.
rapping, where you went into a studio and you listened to a beat and then
Oh,
you
okay,
wrote
oh,
you
gotcha.
wrote
Okay,
your
it sounded
verse.
like it sounded like oh
Oh, oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
you done
see
it
what you're
before. Like
saying. Yeah, Al,
what?
you was rapping about 16-year-olds. Nah, I wouldn't say nothing like that.
I
No.
didn't think that. I thought you meant he was listening to lyrics, like dissecting them, like how we were talking about. That's what I thought you
Oh,
meant.
okay.
No,
No, yeah, I mean like Al is Al like when you go into the studio and you're a rapper and you listen to the beat and you hear the beat, you write verses to it. You know, you come up like sometimes you have somebody that'll give you a hook and be like, oh, okay, write a song to this hook.
right.
But where did the hook come from? And then just like I'm saying is, I know the record labels are, yeah, they're okay in this shit, but the reason they're okay in it is because they like the hook that you came up with as a rapper.
Look at
So
look at Snoop Dogg. It ain't no fun. Like I've seen men
That's
and
the train, right?
I've seen men and women alike. And if you have if you have a smooth dude singing, everything's okay,
it's
right?
a different, yeah, it's different.
So one of the things is when Nate Dogg says, "And if you can't fuck that day, baby," and they
Just
cut
like
the beat,
that,
and
girl.
they cut the beat, right? And the whole
Uh,
arena says, "Just lay back and open your mouth."
Right.
So we're all cool with it because it's music. See, like it's kind of like the whole thing with R. Kelly, like, oh yeah, we don't listen to his music anymore. But it's like, so because he's
I'm gonna be
canceled.
honest. I'm gonna be honest, and y'all people may not like me for this, but I listen to R. Kelly music still. I separate the man from the music. Like the nigga made great music. I'm sorry. Like that nigga got timeless songs. Like I'm sorry, man. Like some of his songs, like yeah, he's out here doing the bad stuff, but some of his songs have brought my family together. Like Happy People. Like what's the other step in the name of love? I ain't gonna
Right.
lie, man. You know what? The man did wrong, cause but the songs, cause like they have brought my family together. They have brought people together. I've seen it bring people together. I'm sorry, like I think what he did was wrong and stuff like that. But I'm not one of them people that's gonna be like, you know what, man, I'm not gonna listen to R. Kelly just because
And he also made you believe in yourself, man. I mean,
I mean, yeah, I
I believe I
believe
can
I can
fly.
fly. Ooh,
Like,
that was like, nigga, you probably jumped up, ran up to a window thinking like, nigga, just like it was empowering just to hang out the window.
yeah, you did a swan dive. Like, wow.
Not even just jumping out the window, just like just going out the window and just closing your eyes and looking out. Nigga, like it's a different feeling, man. That nigga made you feel a different way in all types of ways, even in a cringe way, but even in a way that you can believe you can fly.
There's
So
lack of accountability too with that because I never watched the R. Kelly stories. I know just what I saw from the interviews, but where's the accountability from the parents?
parents,
What were y'all doing?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
And I'm glad you brought that up about accountability. So it's crazy. So it seems like I was saying earlier, all these cases seem to be against like black men and they go to lyrics like T said, right?
Yep.
But how about the white artists? So for instance, Katy Perry got on because she had a song called I Kissed a Girl and I liked it. And I'm sure there are a lot of females that were in the clubs like, oh yeah, I love this song. Let me go try out and be with a girl, right?
True,
Influenced by music.
Right.
true. But I will say this though, she's not saying I kissed a 16-year-old or I kissed a young girl and I liked it.
So
She said
there's the
True.
difference.
I
You're
kissed a
right.
girl. Like yeah, that could be. I mean, it is very broad. She knew what she was doing on
Right,
that
right, right.
because it could be a young girl, but it also could be a girl her age. So
Right.
it would there's a they knew what they was doing. But to blatantly be like, nigga, you the click, you 24 years old, And your hook is she was 16, only 16, nigga. There's something wrong with that, man. And I did not see it because I was younger than 16 when I heard the shit, which was back in '88. So I was like, nigga, okay, this song goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
With
a little
that catchy
16 year
chorus.
old, yeah, a little 16-year-old. I like me a 16-year-old too. I'm what, 12, maybe, you know, whatever. So like we like, oh, okay, yeah. But now, nigga, when I'm 40, 45, and you know, I'm sitting back and listening to the lyrics, and when all this stuff is in my face now, like nigga, oh, statutory rape, sex trafficking, uh, you know, the list goes on and stuff like that. Now I'm dissecting everything now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm just
it's nuts.
like I took it back to '88. What's that? 12, damn near 30,
30 years.
yeah, 30 something years ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, so our society is causing us to do this stuff, and then if it is bad, then we need to see it as bad, and everybody that, I mean, if you grew from it, and I'm not saying that, you know, it's good that you did it and now you learned from it, but like
I don't
I
like
don't
that.
know where to I don't know
Oh,
where the fuck to go with this. I stepped in some shit and I don't know how to wipe it off my shoe, cuz so
I got you. I don't like this because let's say, right, that America is built on a lot of shit, right?
right.
And a lot of the American ideals were taken from England, which is, because they wanted to get
Yes.
away from being
And Roman culture too.
right, because they didn't want to be ruled anymore. So they moved to America, and guess what? They start ruling and doing the exact same shit. So if America is built on all this shit, statutory rape, raping, pillaging, all this shit, and this is the way it's been, I get it, it's wrong. But now it's like, oh, you want to be an archaeologist and dig up the past? It's like, nigga, that's just it is what it is. Let it go.
So move on for it and be better.
So,
Well,
all right.
that brings us to my topic then now, because Kenya was saying something about R. Kelly is like, do we need to hold the parents accountable and stuff
Mm.
like that? And I agree with that, which brings us to the topic that I wanted to talk about, social media. Mark Zuckerberg is possibly might be sued because, you know, some kids on Instagram, well, there's a lot of kids on Instagram that there's parents and, you know, government officials are saying they're killing themselves because of images they see on Instagram and stuff like that. So my question is, the panel here is, whose fault is this? Is it Mark Zuckerberg's for letting these certain images be seen on Instagram, or is it the parents' fault for letting their kids go on social media in the first place? Who's in the wrong here?
Is this an American thing? Because I used to watch on Telemundo the news, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so when they're talking about someone got killed or shot, they would show the actual body on television, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is this like an American thing?
No, it's Instagram. So Instagram is global.
Okay.
Instagram, you can have Instagram anywhere, anywhere that you have a internet connection. So it's not
But I
just
think he's saying it's just America that's tripping like this.
it's just America that's tripping right now. So he's federally in court right now, about to be sued by American citizens because they're saying that their kids committed suicide because Mark Zuckerberg allows these certain images to be portrayed on his social media website.
Absolutely not. I hope he countersues and breaks all their pockets. That is not his responsibility. You can't blame that man for that. Because why you got this laptop up and not monitoring your son? He's sitting up here looking at whatever he's looking at. That's your fault. Get your fucking son. No, you can't sue him for that. I hope he breaks their pockets, all of them, and
It's
makes
like
them.
people, and you're absolutely right. It's like people are like, okay, if you make a baby and you're supposed to be that father or mother figure in that child's life, right?
Yeah.
So if if that overwhelms you and you're like, oh, I'm like, being a parent to my child, it's like, okay, so don't get mad when this little nigga ends up in jail for murder for, what I mean? Like, and then cry about like, oh, he was a good kid. Well, apparently not because you didn't monitor him or you never talked to him, sat down with him like, hey, how was your day? You got any questions about anything? Like, what's bothering you? Is there anything that you want to ask me? Right? Because it's hard for kids to ask their parents what they're actually feeling or what they know, right? So I talk to Ari all the time. I'm like, hey, you have any questions about stuff like this? No? Okay. Well, whenever you have a question, you can always come to me and talk to me about it. Because my job as a parent is to school her on the hard head niggas who I don't want her dating, and you know what I mean, and like how to move throughout life.
Right.
That's a parent's job is to help uh give tutelage to your child to help them maneuver throughout the world once they get older.
And they're blaming him. And
They
this
are
held up
blaming
and it
him.
went to court and he's in court for this. I never heard about this.
Well, I
Well,
mean, because
he's
that
in
was it.
court. So he was in court today. He had to go in court, and a bunch of parents were there because senator. And I don't know exactly what if this is like, because if it's a Republican thing or a Democratic thing or whatever. I'm independent, so I don't really go into the Democratic Republic shit. So uh, I guess he was saying sorry to some parents because the parents felt that since their kids are on Instagram and I don't know if they hurt themselves or, they committed suicide and stuff like that, that he had to say sorry to them because this senator brought up that he should be monitoring the, images and stuff that the people can see on social media. So I
True.
I
was
don't
just
think
trying to
he's
get
at fault for that.
But I mean, let's say if it comes to your attention once early, you know what I mean, earlier on, and you choose to do nothing about it, once you hear about that first time, you should put things in place to kind of deactivate that situation. But instead, it's like, fuck it, I'm on top right now, I'm making all this money. Hey, you can do whatever you want to. I don't care.
Okay, so I think I have to change my mind because they're censoring some of the stupidest stuff. I typed, and
true.
I was just repeating with someone. I think I typed whore because Stalin always says that. Jay Stalin always says, "You little whores," and I typed that on Instagram under one of his pictures, and it kept deleting my comment. One time I had my phone and I was doing a video, and it said something about nudity, and it was not even cleavage, nothing. So they do stupid stuff like that, but then you leave up images that whatever these images these kids are seeing. So he got to take some accountability. I kind of take back what I said. Mark, you knew better. I went live one time during boxing on Instagram. It wasn't even a
Mm.
long thing. And I think I got put in jail for that. So they're doing stupid stuff like that, but then you letting kids see these images. So yeah, there's a line and he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He's kind of accountable. I mean, kind of responsible somehow, but trying to rip his pockets off because your baby died. They're committing suicide, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like a mental illness as well,
Yeah.
because okay, it's like certain things that you see on Instagram, for instance. So on my feed, you know, you scroll through and there's always like a female who's dressed, scantily, almost half naked, right?
Right.
So then there are boys who are seeing this like, oh man, she's bad, she's bad, she's bad. So they're gonna keep putting that in the feed to where their mind is only gonna think about sex. And then you have the females looking at this who feel they're not worthy enough to be, you know what I mean, who don't look like these females, and now they have a complex. So it's all a mental game. It's like mental warfare, man. Like if you look at everything that's happened within since 2020, everything's been mental warfare. Everything's been in your psyche, right? So it's like they're trying to desensitize you to get ready for the next shit that's about to come out,
Yeah.
right? So naked women, nah, it doesn't matter. Death, it doesn't matter. And then once the big thing hits, it's like, oh shit, now let's worry about this. And within 2 years, then it's gone. It's always something else.
So is this a class action suit?
I believe it might be that's what they're trying to do.
Well, good luck getting 79 cents.
Right?
See,
80 cents
no,
if you do a counterclaim.
Right.
I want to add to this real quick because I was just
I know.
interested to hear what you guys thought about this. But like I said, like I agree with both. What you guys said. Parents are this, and I'm guilty of this too. But what I'm not guilty is not monitoring what my daughter what she watched or looked at. I
Right.
was guilty of Okay, there was times I was tired, as a single parent, you get tired because you don't have your partner there to help you when they're at the times, you do it constantly all the time. So there was times I would be like, here, watch this cartoon and then, let me relax a little bit, and then I'll get back to parenting. So, but there is certain things I would let, my daughter watch. So
Mhm.
like, I was big on SpongeBob, whatever, because everybody kept saying, "Oh, there's kind of hidden messages in there and shit like that." Whatever. I didn't see any hidden messages. What I saw was a little goofy sponge, it made Braylon laugh and shit like that. So I was just like, okay, it's cool, you know. So with these parents and what I would just want to say is you can have your kids be on social media and stuff like that, but at the same time is if you're not in there, like they give you the option to be a parent, and you can actually go in and be like, okay, my kid has a social media, they're under 16, you as a parent you can change their settings to where they can't see stuff,
Oh, the
and
parental
yeah,
controls.
the parental
Yeah.
controls and
Right.
stuff like that. It's part of the obligation that Instagram affords to you, when your kid is on Instagram and stuff like that. So I think well, a lot of parents don't want to be parents. They want to say they're parents and not do the parenting. So I think it's wrong for them to sit there and yell, "Oh, okay, yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg's the reason my child died and stuff like that." No, it's not really Mark Zuckerberg's fault. It's really the parents' fault because you have an option to monitor what your kid sees. But at the same time, if you're just like, okay, they're on Instagram, and you're just like, oh, okay, they're on Instagram, there's countless things that they can see. But if you're, I'm not gonna say a good parent and all that stuff, but you have the option to go in there and be like, hey, my kid can see this, because you can take all that stuff off there where they can't
Mhm.
see any stuff. Because, my Jen does that all the time to the kids, and like she'll go on there and be like, hey, you can't watch this. You can't see this. Do all the way down to Instagram. She'll check all these boxes to where the kids can't see this and this and this and this. And I'm seeing them do it. So I'm like, and I'm watching this thing like Mark Zuckerberg. Like, why are y'all blaming Mark Zuckerberg? I mean, at the same time, like, what are we? What is it? They say that America is we're not a democracy, but we're communist. What is it?
No, no, it's
Uh,
reversed. We're a democracy.
yeah, we're a democracy, but what is it? A free enterprise or whatever, where you can make money any legal way you want,
Right.
basically. So at the same time, it's like we live in this democracy. We know that Mark Zuckerberg is having these scantily clad women on here and stuff like that. We know Mark Zuckerberg also put a parental guide on there and stuff like that. But as a parent, or as these parents are, I'm gonna say this because I just want to say this: as a parent, it's their fault for not going in there and also, putting the parental guide. So the parents that aren't taking the time, and go through their child's social media stuff, and making sure that they don't see these images and stuff like that, because not all images you can't see suicide stuff and like
Right.
and certain if you go through the parental controls. If you're under 16 and you make sure your kid is signed up under 16, there's certain things that they're not going to see, period. So shame on all you parents. I just want to say that out there. Shame on all you parents to where your kids can actually see stuff to where you don't know that their parental guide is on because Mark Zuckerberg did put something on there saying that you can control stuff like that.
It's
So,
like it's like parents are afraid to talk to their kids. Like I, it's
right.
it seems like they don't want to talk to them about serious topics because now they look like the bad person, right?
Not just serious topics, is they don't want to discipline the kids no more because, oh, I'm abusing my kid, or the kid knows now to call DHS. You know what, man? I don't give a shit no more, man. And this is what I was saying. With my, oh, you spanked your daughter, that's child abuse. I was like, I don't give a fuck. You know what? She's not out here doing dumb shit like your daughter is doing.
I hope
Right?
Zuckerberg wins. He get on my nerves when it comes to Instagram and Facebook, but I hope he wins because that's stupid.
Right. Yeah, it's I think it's on the parents. It's just basically in a nutshell what I'm saying is yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, but we live in America where that shit is not frowned upon. It's if you can make $1 and it's illegally okay, you're not in the wrong.
This is kind
Morally, you may be in the, you morally you may be wrong, but that's not how our legal system works. They don't go off morals.
yeah, like my mindset is like the only time that you can be friends with your child is once they're an adult. Because
Once
then
they're
you
an
can
adult, yep.
because then you can really start talking to them like, hey, this is what this is how it was back then, and give them all the details, right? But as a kid, you kind of keep that information private until they're ready for it. But a lot of these parents who are young, they want to go to the club. A lot of single parents, they want to find somebody, so they're out in the club, and their kids are left at home to their own devices, right? So yeah,
True.
so it's tough out here, but hey, I mean, you got to figure it out, just like everyone else does.
If you not even choose, you're choosing to be a parent when you choose to lay down with whoever you're laying down and you don't protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And as a woman, like, and I'll say this too, like, you can push a nigga off you when you know he about to like, hey, you
We
can
about
push a nigga off you when you know he about to do whatever, cause like,
we about to
so
erupt. We just
yeah.
erupt.
So I mean, like, it's we also gotta teach our kids something different though, like at the same time it's like you shouldn't, and I'm not trying to tell people how to raise their children, stuff like that, but I found out the best thing is like you gotta make them aware of stuff and just like make them know, like let them know that this is not just morally bad, it's like it's not good for you as a kid. You can wait maybe when you get older, whatever, because kids can consume stuff like that. My kids do that now. They're just thinking like, oh, they'll see this stuff, and I'll be like, well, that's all right. It's there,
Mhm.
but it's not for you right now. You shouldn't look at this stuff right now. When you're 21 and older, and I don't use that 18 shit no more. It ain't 18 to me. 18, you're not old enough to go out on your own and do. It's very rare for a kid to be able to do that now, to be 18 and go out and just be on their own and do, sufficient to be able to live and stuff like that. So I say 21 now. So like when you're 21, you're old enough to drink, you're old enough to buy cigarettes, which is, whatever. It's a milestone for them, but and you're also old enough, you're like you've been old enough now to where you're not in high school no more. You have to get a job. You've been working like
Grown,
you.
grown,
Yeah,
still
you're
responsible.
grown, grown. Yeah, 21 is grown, grown. 18 is like they're
That's
still
fake grown.
calling you. Yeah, they still calling you like, mom or dad, can you help me with this? Or what if I did this? Would this happen? They're still trying to learn shit at
Right.
18. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And we're trying to push them out the house, like nigga, we're setting them up to fail at 18. These kids now. When we was 18, it was different. I'll say that because when we was 18, it was like, we were different. We didn't have social media and stuff that raised us and stuff. It was either our parents were there or our parents weren't. But
Yep.
somebody was there.
True.
Somebody was there to raise you.
But
Yeah.
in certain instances,
Right.
though, your homeboys raise you too. Your homeboys and
Right.
girls
Yeah,
raise you.
that
So it's like,
right. Somebody was there though. Now these kids just got the internet and they learning everything off of YouTube. There's no family values. There's no parents sitting there, like there's parents there, but by the time they're trying to teach or whenever they choose to teach their kids something, they already learned it off of YouTube and been doing it for what 3 4 months, and then
right.
you trying to come up to them like, and they like, oh, I already know what that is. How many times you went to your kid and you was like, oh, you know what this is, and they be like, I know what that is. You be like, who the
How?
fuck told you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, where
Who you
you
fucking
learn
with? Who
that
you hang around? Some bullshit.
from?
All right. So
So
yeah, go out there and parent your kids.
basically,
And
yeah,
leave
yeah.
Zuckerberg alone.
Like,
Don't
leave him
yeah.
alone, man. Like it's not his fault that
Don't be
you're
suing
not
him
monitoring your kids.
after that.
Yeah.
Zoom for something else, not for that.
So, of course, Instagram and Facebook, that's white business. So, Kenya, let's talk about some black business.
Black businesses. Since it is Black History Month, we are going to keep it black for 29 days.
I'm gonna take a puff to that real quick.
Do y'all celebrate Valentine's Day?
I used to, but my wife's just like, it's just another day. So, we don't do it anymore. It used to be like one of those things where, you go get some candy, a card, you try to set up a little date, whatever. If you don't have too much money, you go buy some food, try to cook, whatnot. But yeah, I mean,
there's some pro-black. We're not celebrating the white man's holiday. Okay. Okay. You don't have to, single ma'am, single sir. You don't have to celebrate it. I was just curious. I don't know. We grew up celebrating it from elementary all the way to.
We always celebrated it.
High school, right?
Yep. So
yeah.
High school, because once you in high school, it was just different though. It wasn't the card you gave them; it was some actual affection,
Or a candy, or a candy gram, you know what I'm saying? Just to the class, like, oh shit, you got a candy gram, like, who's that from? Like, I don't.
Yeah, everybody, all in your business. Who gave you that?
Mm.
Who bought that for you?
Or in case
was it like $2 or $3 you had to pay for the? It was some bootsy stuff too. It was like a sucker and was it a card?
Yeah, it was a sucker and a little Dollar Tree card.
Yeah.
But it was the shock value that you got.
It was.
It was the look. It's like, oh shit, like somebody loved me.
Yeah.
The candy. And I don't think it was anonymous. I think you really had to sign your name on there.
Yeah, look at you lonely ass niggas out here.
But they never announced your name, they never busted you out like that. They was just like, oh yeah, so and so got a candy gram. You used to be like,
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? See? You wish you to be grown.
Everybody trying to look at you. You try to be cool, like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, what you expect? Like,
thought you was doing something with the little candy gram.
Now I be looking at it now because it's funny though, because they gave us Black History Month, and then they gave us some different holidays within the month that take away from Black History Month. So like Valentine's Day, everybody
Valentine's Day.
It's not Black History Month on Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. There's nothing to do with Black history. It's February 14th, and nigga, it's all about love and stuff like that.
Nigga. And then there's the Super Bowl.
All them presidents. All them white presidents.
Super Bowl, the Grammys. The presidents, Grammys, and the NBA All-Star game. So it's like,
yeah, they put everything in February so much to where they try to take it from they try to make it so everything is like, nigga, okay, y'all got Black History Month, nigga, but okay, we gonna do the Grammys.
Yeah, 6 days.
The VMAs.
Yep.
We gonna do the CMAs. We gonna do the what is the Met Gala or whatever? Nah, I know that's different in a different time of year, but still, it's just like they pack all these award shows and all these all-star games into February. Cause like you could have did that shit in March. You could have did that shit in April. Like
January.
We have to keep it black. It's our responsibility to keep it black. Valentine's Day with a G. It's Valentine's Day with a G. It's for women. I don't know who started that, if it was Black people or white people. I plan on celebrating it this year for the time. I tried in 2020, something happened, maybe the pandemic, I don't know. There's a girl, I don't know her Instagram. Shame on me. Her name is Courtney. Courtney's Creations and Events. She's doing a Galentine's event in Sacramento, February 10th. She's raw too with the decorations. Y'all got to go see what she does. Courtney Franklin? Yes, Courtney. Franklin is her name. Courtney's Creation and Events.
So what is the meaning of Galentine's Day? Is it just
Valentine's Day for girls, celebrating with your friends? Because we started doing Friendsgiving, which is Thanksgiving for friends. I didn't catch on until 2015.
Okay,
But
got it.
that's what that is. Just a twist to it. That's all. I
All
mean,
right.
we can twist it even more and make it black if we want to, but that's what it is.
That's cool, right? But let's say if the homies like, hey, let's have a
Bro,
let's have a Brotherentine's day,
Broventine,
right? Yeah, Brotherentine's day.
Broventine,
Like, oh,
nigga.
y'all niggas is straight up, you know what I mean? Like,
You
nah.
know they gonna call y'all sassy how they do. That's so sassy. Why men can't do it? So when we were doing Friendsgiving, it was co-ed. We had guys there and it was nice. The guys came out with the women
Yeah,
and ate
Friendsgiving, that's different. Like
Friendsgiving. Huh?
Friendsgiving is different.
Valentine's Day, I I don't think there's I don't think there would be will it be gay men there? I don't know.
Why not?
Possibly, but I mean, but that's kind
That
of
takes away from it. Let us
girl,
have
We
that.
all
Valentine's
girl.
Day, Valentine's Day for women. Let us have that. Don't try to flip the script. So Courtney's Creations and Events. Y'all look her up. There's another one on Instagram. Pretty Roses. Let me find it.
while you looking that up, Kenya, I want to say something too about it. We posted some. I had posted something about a while ago about if it was maybe I think it was last year or the year before. I was like, hey, if you got a business, post it on here so we can, so people can promote it and shit like that.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, it was during Black History Month because I remember it because I was like, because I was making it like, oh, if you got a black business, I
Let's
could
shout it out.
probably yeah,
Yeah.
like I was like, man, we got wait. The only businesses that was posted was ours, Talking Spit, mine, which I do, my build and my construction one,
Right.
and Ricky's. That's it. So I was like, man, I was like, nigga, do we really have nobody out here that has a business? Are we all just working for people and shit like that? Like, what the fuck
People
is
don't want
going
to hear
on?
it. They don't want to hear it. Like I try every chance I get to tell somebody. Everybody doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. I
It's
understand that,
very,
but still, we
it
got
is a
cool stuff,
rare
huh?
it is rare. It's a rare domain to be in, to be an entrepreneur now.
People need to get it. So I found it. It's Pretty Roses, but it's not spelled
Okay.
regular. Pretty. Roses is spelled Reaux, like X-ray S. Reaux. It doesn't say the owner's name on here. It just says Pretty Roses LLC. They're just starting. It's a floristry business. Flowers,
Oh
nice
no.
bouquets. I don't know
Is
if
it
they have.
black owned?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
So
okay.
So check that out on Instagram. Pretty Roses. Let me spell it again for those of you who didn't catch it the first time. Pretty Reaux. And the last business that I will shout out is Shakira Sweets. She's based in Sacramento. I want to say she's from Hawaii. She gonna get me because I should know. Any chance I get, I shout her out. I've never even met this girl, and I've been promoting her since I think 2021. But she's on Instagram, Shakira Sweets, ShaQuiRasWeets. Shakira Sweets. She does cakes. She's raw with the cake. She got a San Francisco cake right here. Some looks like a wedding cake. I don't know what these other characters are.
I
Oh,
think
there's a Spider-Man one too. So we gotta, as it's being Black History Month for 29 days, I think we should try to at least support one business per day every single day. You don't even have to purchase anything. You can just repost, share, send it via text, email, whatever. It's simple. Like you said, when you ask people about their businesses, they don't take the initiative to just post it. Tell somebody about it. Even though I live in Sacramento, I can support people in Seaside because we have friends and family that are in Seaside. I can't buy you tacos. I can't buy you gumbo, but my sister might be able to show up. So people just don't take the opportunity to put their business out there like they should.
I
Simple stuff.
like that. You
yeah,
know what, Al? That's
that's a
part
good
of
point.
that. Yeah,
So we should
I
post
think we're
that.
gonna. Nope, we're gonna do that for we
So put their information in the description.
not just put their information in the description.
Put
I think
them.
we should do this every episode, man.
Oh, I
And
will.
Uh,
at
uh,
the end of
That's
all,
my commitment.
all through
Absolutely.
February.
Nah, hell
Oh,
no.
I'll continue it.
Just
I
from
will.
now on.
Because it's simple.
Because all we gotta do is just like there's nothing wrong, if they get 2 or 3 people from us posting it, good for them, man.
oh.
Yes.
No,
And I
fuck
think
that. Fuck that. Ain't nobody shouting us out.
Oh, I was a little angry. What's that?
Fuck that. Nah,
Oh,
man. You need free
you
promo
know
over here.
what?
I'm
Hey,
playing.
wait,
I'm,
hold on.
I'm playing. I'm playing.
No, because Al ain't playing. He's dead serious. No, I'm
Uh,
playing.
I,
But
I was
I
I was
want
just
to
kidding
say
on
this.
that.
You
you
know
were.
what? It's funny because that video you just showed me, sent me with Lecrae. He was saying that he was just saying that it's like there's ways that we can do better in business and stuff like that. It's and if you put stuff out like like if you do good business, and then this is, I mean, sure everybody says this. If you do good business, it's going to come back to you as good business. So,
Right.
like, what I was thinking when Kenya did that was like, we shouldn't just do it for Black History Month. We should do this after every episode, at the end of every episode. Maybe find maybe 2 or 3 businesses, that we like or whatever, and just shout them out. Like, hey, go check these people out, yada yada yada, and then and just try to spread some kind of love out
Businesses
there. Yeah,
and services too.
services, not just services. What else is there? I guess
Out,
it is
outreach programs for
outreach
kids
programs.
or after
Yeah,
school
like
programs or something like
Then
that.
anything that's helping the community, thrive and shit like that. We should probably just do that, especially if it's back home too.
but
Like
it's simple stuff that I'm in so many little groups on Facebook, business groups. It's simple stuff that you can do for yourself to promote your business. I have an Android. I don't care if you guys have an iPhone. I have an Android, so I can't do AirDrop, but I learned it probably 2020 or 2021. My cousin used to do my business for me. So she would put it in her phone. She had a picture of my flyer that she would keep in her phone. And when she would go to the gym, she would just airdrop the flyer, and whoever was in there, nosy with their whatever that feature is open, and they would see it. And she would tell me, like, girl, I see them. They're looking around trying to see who sent it to them. Sometimes people would open it, sometimes they wouldn't. But something random like that, I don't remember what the range was. I want to say it was 30 feet, which I think is stupid, but that's free. You could be sitting in traffic doing that. You could be in a line at the grocery store. You could be on an airplane, and everybody on there who has it open is going to get your business. So people sleep on the opportunity to promote themselves. But I had her do mine all the time because I have an Android and I can't do this.
that's pretty smart. So I'm not sure how to do it. I have an Android as well. I'm sorry, and Android as well. But that's kind
Me
of smart.
too.
If we were to
AirDrop
find a way to airdrop like a clip of the episode, then everyone just gets it.
or the QR code. I don't know nothing about that. Well, I don't know enough about it, but you can do the QR code too.
We got some work to do then.
Yeah.
Because we were old school, we were doing signatures on our outgoing text. Remember we used to do that?
Yep.
or or like when you used to write a letter, you write your name, and then like for me and Titan, you always write like your number, like oh yeah, number 3, number
Oh yeah.
Your football number?
yeah, we always do that shit. Yeah, number 9, number 20. Yeah, cheesy ass shit. That's funny.
Shout out number 9. Shout out number 21. So there
Hey,
are
son.
different ways to shout out businesses. I will make it a point to do it every single episode to shout out at least 2 or 3 because, like I said, it takes minimal effort, a repost, a share, text everybody in your contacts the link to the episode or whatever. It's just people don't do it. They don't promote themselves enough. But you out here wearing your name brand stuff and talking about these shows. I don't watch TV, so talking about these shows and promoting them, but you didn't promote your business. Why would you know you had a business? You sitting here doing a whole 2, 3 rant about whatever 50 Cent show is called Power, but you ain't talked about your business. People put the wrong stuff. They prioritize the wrong thing. So shout your own business out. Y'all need to return a favor. Shout us out too.
But I mean, you have to have that drive. I mean, like some people just don't want to have to deal with this.
Yeah.
I mean, like to build a business, it's a hassle. I mean, you have to get everything in order, everything lined up, and then once it's smooth sailing, it's like starting a new job. Like the first 3 to 6 months, you're learning, right? And then after that, it's just it becomes natural to you. You know what to do. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. I just think like some people, if they work 80 hours a week, they don't have time to start their own business, right? So
Oh, wait. I'll take it. I will give you guys a little motivation, something on that. You do have enough time. You don't work 24 hours a day.
Right.
You don't say, I mean, you work 8 hours a day. Some people work maybe 14, whatever. But you still have those certain hours of the day to where you can, if you're motivated, you can take a certain amount of time and you can do what you need to do to create your own business.
Yep.
And I will say this because it is Black History Month, and we always want, our people to do better. And I'm not just singling it out. I want everybody to do better, but I think it's time for our people to, start catching up and do better as well. And don't be afraid to go out and, and start some business, do the research and shit, and take the time. We need more Black owned businesses in this world because, integrity is a big thing. And I know a lot of Black owned businesses that integrity is the actual, what is it, the driving force of their business, not making money.
Mhm.
So a lot of us need to get out there and do that stuff. I was thinking about this too. Is like I said, even with my business, man-made creative home building. I'm not trying to get out there and I want to help people more than I want to make money and stuff like that. So just anybody who needs my business and stuff like that, man, you should hit me up, man. I'm a builder, you know. But anyways, Black History Month. We need more Black owned
All
businesses.
month, 29 days, everything Black. Shout
Now
out
let's make it. You know what? You can make it Black History Year. Then fuck it.
All
Black
year,
History
every year.
2024 is just
2024,
all year, man. Let's just
366 days.
we'll help promote these Black businesses, and this goes out to everybody too, though, man. Don't be afraid to create your own business, man. Be tired of working for somebody, man. If you're not happy where you are, then excuse me, if you're not happy with the road that you're driving on, man, create your own road, build your own road, and drive on it. Because
And
People
man,
think it's so hard, and it's not, because with your phone, just your phone, if you can just pay your phone bill, you can make money off your phone. I don't mean OnlyFans. If that's what you do, then go ahead and
man,
do it. But it's
that's the
just
easy way out.
just with your phone, you can make money with your phone. You can teach, you can do an ebook, you can do tutorials, reposting. If you have a Instagram that's booming, you sit up there with 5,000 followers and you're saying you're broke. How? You need to be charging people $40 or even 20 if you don't want to do too much to repost their rap song, their business, whatever. You can make money easily. There's no excuse for nobody to be out here hurting, especially with an active cell phone and active social media accounts. Absolutely not.
great point. Great point.
Yeah. If you know and knew better, you better do better.
You would want to. You would
Yeah.
want to.
Well, that was a exhilarating conversation that we had. I appreciate you guys. I know I don't say it enough, but yes, I thank everybody who's on this podcast for your time.
Yeah, that was a great.
And
Once again, back to back, man. That was. I think we're establishing our rapport now, and we're getting a lot better on these episodes now. And so I like it. I thank you guys too. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, man, let's just keep doing this shit and keep building this shit.
and then me and T, what I'm saying, we're arguing less. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels really
Oh,
good.
y'all used to be cutting up on here?
Huh?
Y'all was arguing, cutting up on here? Y'all?
Every once in a
Yeah,
while,
every once in a
we
while, me
do.
and T get in. Yeah.
What? For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to dig in the vault for that. I didn't even see that.
Every now and
Didn't even
then.
know about the little fake arguments y'all was having on YouTube.
Oh no, they're real. I mean, they're real arguments, but I mean,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We just go off on tangents and me and him will get into it. But for the past couple episodes, I want to say at least a good 3 months, we've actually you know,
Yeah.
stayed off each other's radar for the most part.
okay. Y'all better calm down. I'm assuming it's sports to get y'all riled up like that, huh?
Of
Yep,
course.
every time.
Of course.
Every time.
Oh,
Yeah.
sports. Y'all get active when it comes to sports, and I just be sitting here like, because I don't know
Yeah.
nothing about that. Football completely over my head, but Super Bowl, oh, invite me because I'll show up. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I will show up. I will show up. Please invite me to the Super Bowl. I will be there.
Definitely got to find a good party to go to.
Yes, please invite me because I'm coming.
Definitely. All right. Y'all ready to cut it for the night? Everybody.
Yeah, let's go. Take it to the bridge,
Eddie.
y'all.
And thank you
Before
guys
we
once again.
go,
I'm sorry.
find me on Instagram at Kenya Cox. Find me on Facebook at Kenya Cox. Y'all need to drop your socials too.
Oh yeah, you know who I am.
I don't know me, and you never will. I'm a ghost in this motherfucker.
Are you? Well, you sounded real Byronish tonight with that.
Who, me?
No, T. It sounds
ghost.
like Byron.
I'll disappear back in the atmosphere after this episode. Y'all see me next week.
Oh man, condensation, huh? All right,
Yeah.
y'all. Well, thank you guys once again for listening to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay, Kenya Cox, and Alan Poe. If you like it, you like it. If you love it, you love it. We love y'all. Hopefully we see y'all next week. Like, subscribe, comment, and support Black businesses, man, all year.
366 days.